Nonna Snowden. Nonna Does Hawaii. That's what this is. Okay. Welcome to Nonna Snowden Cooks in Hawaii. We have some yummy deliciousness going down right here. This is our Airbnb kitchen, and so it's taken me a little while to get used to where everything is and what all it does, and you know, all of that good stuff. But the first thing we're going to start on is mushroom artichoke risotto. We have a thing of chicken broth on the stove that is heated up. Here's our chicken broth. I like the Swanson. The only thing better than a Swanson is if you have, you know, if Wolfie had been able to catch one of them chickens in a parking lot and we'd have been able to throw it in the pot. But, you know, he was not able to here because the first thing I'm going to have to do is brown and saute everything that's going into the risotto. So I got regular butter, actual butter. Don't use any of that margarine. Blech. We're going to start it at high just because that's where we are. And I can't use up all of our butter that we have here because in a minute we're going to saute us up some really interesting looking shrimp. They do not look like the Louisiana Gulf Coast shrimp. They do not look the same, but I'm reasonably certain they will be just as tasty. So a couple of scoops of butter, I guess that's about 1/4 cup, give or take. And these very strange looking mushrooms that I have never seen before in my life, but mushrooms are good, so they must be. And I'm not going to use all of them in this because I'm going to throw some of them in the delicious salad that I have started on. And I'll tell y'all what all I put in that in a minute. But that's where the shrimp are going. And the artichokes that we're going to throw in there. I'm going to throw about 1/2 can in and put the other 1/2 in the salad. Okay. This is 1 whole head of garlic, but I'm going to put 1/2 of it in here because I'm going to need the other 1/2 for the shrimp in a minute. So I'm just sauteing this up a bit, and I'm going to saute up the rice to go with it. Okay, so we have browned the arborio rice and the mushrooms and the artichoke hearts, and now you know what we have to have. We've got to put some Uncle Paulie's in there. So we're going to put a little bit of that in there. And now I have found this other new kind of salt that I did not know existed. This is the red something or other salt from volcanoes or I don't know what. But in any case, it is fairly tasty too, but it does not have the kick that the Uncle Paulie's does. It's just fairly tasty. So I'm going to put a couple of pinches of that in there. And I thought we had an onion, but we didn't. So now we're going to have to resort to the onion powder. Put a little bit of that in there. Okay. Now this is the risotto. This is how you got to do this. We got our nice and warmed up chicken broth. It's not boiling, it's just warm. We're going to scoop about 1 cup out and put it in here and stir it up good. And we're going to reduce this some because that's a little too hot. And I had it on about pretty close to a medium heat to brown it after it had cranked up a while. All right, and now see all of that liquid got absorbed? So I'm fixing to put in another scoop of the nice warmed up chicken broth. Yeah, and lower this a little more. Get it to about a low so it's not boiling up like that so much. Because we want it to absorb we want the rice in there to absorb all that liquid. And this is going to be delicious. We will come back when it is done. Okay, everybody. Now, all I have done was I had the pot of the chicken broth, and I just scooped about 1 cup or so into it until the whole box was gone. And right here, this is about the consistency you're looking for in your risotto. So now, I'm going to go ahead on, and it does taste delicious. We have taste tested this. It was yummy. So now, let me tell y'all what I'm doing. I have here a nice little green salad. I got some romaine and tomatoes and some of those mushrooms and some artichoke hearts and cashews and black olives in here. And but I was going to go ahead on and put some shrimp in there. These are Kauai raw head-on shrimp. Okay, except I took most of their heads off because you don't eat the head part. Don't be eating. Okay, you are not helping me at all. All right, but I did want to tell y'all how you peel the shrimp. It's kind of like how you do the crawfish. You pull the head, and then you tear back a few of these little, whatever you call them, of the shell, and a little bit more, and then you pinch the tail. Okay, and then there's all of that, and I should have put that in the wrong place, didn't I? This is very, very important. Y'all got to know this. Do not just throw the shrimp heads slap into your garbage can, because it will be just, the smell will get you real quick. So all we're doing, we're putting them back in the little container they came in, putting the lid on it, and I'm going to put this back in the refrigerator to throw out on garbage day, because, okay, y'all know what I got. Cajun Power garlic sauce, right? So all I'm doing now is I'm going to saute these up, get them cooked, and so I can dump them in the salad. And I'm probably going to cut them up a little. Okay. The rest of the butter is what you have to use. I don't know. Okay. So, butter. And then y'all remember I had a whole head of garlic chopped up over here. Well, now, and I used half of it with the risotto, which came out delicious. So the other half I'm going to put in here. And there's that. And this little ginger root is going for something else. I'll tell y'all about that in a minute. Okay, so I got garlic, and I told y'all I didn't have an onion that I thought I had, but apparently we used that up. So I'm going to put the little onion powder. And the Hawaiian salt. Oh, and aloha, I'm supposed to say that. This has been just absolutely a fascinating vacation. And learned a whole lot of stuff I did not know about Hawaii. Because, you know, we're from Texas, and we didn't know there was any history other than Texas history. All right, and put some of Uncle Paulie's good salt in there. And y'all look, this the Airbnb guy. The Slap Your Mama spicy Tony's. It's not Tony's because it's Slap Your Mama, but it's similar. And put some of that in there. We got all this going good. And here go the little shrimps. You could tell they're done when they're kind of pinkish looking. But we're just going to saute them. That's all we're doing. And just do it till they're cooked through. It does not take long. And you don't want to overcook them, because if you overcook them, you just trust me on that. They'll turn to rubber bands, and that's not good for anybody. All right. Cut them up. Put them in the green salad. Yum, yum, yum. All right. So let me tell you what we're doing now. We have got this lovely Ahi tuna steak. And so we're going to do something kind of odd with it, because why wouldn't we, right? We are going to do some bacon wrapped pineapple delicious tuna with a honey soy dipping sauce. And it should come out amazing. So the first thing I'm doing right here is I'm kind of partially frying some bacon, because the tuna will cook faster than the bacon will cook. And so I'm just kind of partially frying it, just giving it a little head start on the tuna. It's not crisp, it's still only halfway fried. Okay, so now here, and like I said, I'm not 100% sure this is going to work out really well. My first couple of experiments came out pretty good, but not as wonderful as I would have preferred. So we just have these 3 beautiful, fresh Ahi tuna steaks. Look at how yummy and delicious those look just all by themselves. Okay, you know, if you're playing with the fish, you gotta wash your hands. I'm going to use the Cajun Power garlic sauce. Put a little on each one and spread it all around. Make sure it gets all nice and on there on both sides. All right, there we go. That's good. The Uncle Paulie's, you know that's going on there. Okay, so a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and a little bit of that, and some of this interesting Hawaiian salt we got here that is just downright tasty. Okay, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and I'm put a little bit of onion powder. Okay. And see, and this I thought was very interesting, so this is what I'm doing here. I have took a whole fresh pineapple and smooshed it up good. And when I first did this, tried it with the chunks, but the chunks didn't work out quite so well. So I said, well, I bet smooshing it would work, and I believe it will. We will find out when this is all done. We got this yummy, delicious, totally fresh pineapple. We don't have to do something else with this. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this time I had to do a dessert of some kind or another. And the other thing I did when I first started trying this was I had wrapped the tuna, but the bacon on the bottom just nobody did like that because it just didn't work out so well. So now I'm just going to layer it on the top right here, make it nice and pretty. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to bake it on 350 for about 15 minutes, give or take, just till it's, you know, got that white look on the outside and still nice and pink and warm, just warm in the middle. And that will be beautiful. Okay. Alrighty, guys. We'll see you when everything's done. Okay, guys. So what I did was I put a slice of provolone over each of the tuna steaks, and there you are. Now, I'm going to make a little dipping sauce for it. I'm put about 2 teaspoons of sliced up ginger root, and we just got this little bitty thing of soy sauce, and this is probably more than we need, but I'm going to go ahead and use the whole thing. Some honey, and I'm going to say about that much honey, about 2 tablespoons. A little bit of this in there. And mix this up real good, and we will have some dipping sauce into which to dip our delicious tuna. All right, see y'all later. Hey everybody, I had forgot to tell y'all this, but that's okay. I'm doing it now. Cook, skydive, have fun, give back. And most important, go subscribe to Nonna Snowden Cooks. Check me out on the face pages and the YouTubes, but most of all, hit that subscribe button for me, please. That's it.